Hello friends, a warm welcome to all of you on my channel. Hope you're all doing good. And how are your preparations going on for the upcoming Raksha Bandhan festival? Well, this year I'm making Gulab Jamuns. It's a very simple and easy recipe. It just takes 20 minutes. I make my Gulab Jamuns with milk powder because when I was living abroad, I started making all my desserts and sweets with the Nido powder. So here in India, I'm using Amulya. Make sure it is a full cream milk powder and just few ingredients, and it takes only 20 minutes. Very easy recipe and tried and tested recipe. I've been making it for many years since my children were small. So let's go and make this Gulab Jamuns. For the Gulab Jamuns, I have taken milk powder. This is full cream milk powder. I am using Amulya. Make sure it is a full cream powder of any brand, not skimmed milk. And here we have all-purpose flour or maida, 1 cup of sugar, baking powder, we have ghee or clarified butter, we have little saffron, and few green cardamoms, and we have oil to fry the Gulab Jamuns. Now let's measure out the ingredients. These are the normal spoons that we use in the kitchen. Our elders always use these and not any special measuring cups and spoons, and everything came out so perfect. I have learned the same way and I am showing this to you. It works well for me. We will be taking 4 serving spoons of milk powder. If you get Nido powder, that is the best. It gives best results. In India, we don't get Nido. For curiosity's sake, let's measure and see in a cup. So this is little less than a cup, almost about 3/4 of a cup. So you can use this way. If you want, you can measure it in the cup and use. But for me, the spoon measurement works fine, and I'm sure it will work for you too. Now 4 spoons of milk powder and 1 serving spoon of maida or all-purpose flour. Then next it's 1 teaspoon of baking powder. One tablespoon of ghee or clarified butter. Everything has to be in room temperature. Now mix this very well with your fingers. The mixing has to be done properly. That's the trick of the Gulab Jamuns. When it is done well, they are mixed well, they come out nice, light and porous. Mix them until they resemble the breadcrumbs. This is done. We are going to knead it. Use room temperature milk. We need only 3 or 4 tablespoons of milk. Add little by little because milk powder does not require a lot of moisture. Better to put with a spoon so that you don't end up pouring a lot. 3.5 tablespoons should do. Now gather everything with light hands. You see, I'm not using pressure to knead it. Very lightly you just gather the dough. This is the consistency it should be because after resting it will become little firm. Make it smooth, gather everything together. Now once the surface is smoother, it's done. We'll rest it for 5 minutes. Cover it and set it aside. Meanwhile, Let us make the sugar syrup. Take a pan, add the sugar. Pour about 1¼ cups of water. Now this sugar is really very pure. So I'm adding the cardamoms and saffron right away. If the sugar is impure, then you need to boil it first, remove the froth and the impurities, then add the cardamoms and saffron. Give it a stir until the sugar is mixed. Keep stirring. Once the sugar dissolves, you can reduce the flame and simmer it. It will take about 4 to 5 minutes. You can see the sugar syrup has got a lovely color from the saffron and even the aroma of the cardamoms. It's so nice. This is the consistency. The syrup should be not very thick. Now we'll cover the pot and set it aside. Let's get to making the Gulab Jamuns now. The dough has rested well and you can see the consistency now is little firm. Taking a small portion, make Gulab Jamuns. I like making smaller ones, the marble sized. Of course, after frying and soaking, they'll puff up, expand a bit. You make whatever size you desire. My family prefers bite-sized Gulab Jamuns. This size you can make about 19 or 20. And if you make larger ones, you might get 15 or 16 from this quantity. So all done. I'm on the last one. That texture should be very smooth. If the dough is perfect, you will get this texture. Otherwise, they'll break while frying. Heat oil in a pan. Preferably take a wider pan so that the Gulab Jamuns have enough room. Reduce the flame after heating the oil and then drop all the Gulab Jamuns. Now you'll see after some time the Gulab Jamuns start floating on top of the oil. And they even turn by themselves. You can see. Which means the dough is just perfect. It's light. Now with a spatula, keep turning them. They have to be fried evenly all over. So continuous stirring is a must. And keep reducing the flame also between low and medium. Because if you fry them on high flame, the outside will get brown faster and the inside will remain raw, uncooked. If you are making in a large quantity for a party, I would advise you to make it in batches. Never make the dough all together. Like about say 40 Gulab Jamuns at a time you can make the double quantity. Never make a large quantity at one time. They don't come out well. Cute little jamuns. When my kids were young, I used to make for their birthday parties in bulk, like 150, 200 Gulab Jamuns. And my children used to call them GJs. Now the color is perfect, we can remove them. So here the gulab jamuns are ready to go into the syrup. Now immerse them in the syrup while it is hot. Soak for 8 to 10 hours or overnight. Gulab jamuns are ready to be relished. You can garnish with little pistachio powder if you want, or even silver work. Don't they look so delicious and irresistible? It's a perfect sweet for celebration. So friends, do make it for your Raksha Bandhan and enjoy the gulab jamuns with your family, your brothers. Happy Raksha Bandhan to all of you. Shall we check out the texture and the taste? It's so nice, soft and juicy. You can see it's spongy. Wow, looks so delicious. You can see it has got a nice and grainy texture like mawa. The taste is also too good. So friends, do give it a try and share the feedback with me. If you are a new visitor to the channel, do subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified about the new uploads. Check out these videos from my collection. You might be interested in watching some. Have a nice day.